I choose freedom over fear in my home. Freedom over fear. Freedom in my song. Freedom over. Hi, I'm Patricia. Welcome to A Breath of Song, where we believe that planting songs in our bodies can help us navigate the extraordinary moment we live in. Today's song, Freedom Over Fear by Tembre de Carteret, is the 192nd song you can find here at abreathofsong.com, each with the permission and blessing of the songwriter. Every fifth episode, there's an in-depth conversation with one of these huge-hearted people who, like you and me, find solace, strength, and wisdom in song. Explore the library at abreathofsong.com. Join our subscribers for a weekly email reminder and reflection that can light up your inbox with Patty Piotrowski's art. All the power of song starts with our body and breath, so we check in there first. Muscles, bones, stretching, listening, kind of exploring inside your own sack of skin. What's going on in there? How do the fascia move? How do the muscles move? The ligaments? What wants to get long? What wants to curl around? And as you tune into your insides, start to notice how the breath moves as the air comes in. Your body widens to receive it. As the air moves out, your body contracts and narrows just a little bit. Just notice that ebb and flow in and out. And in, let it drop towards your belly. And out. In, let it drop into your pelvis. And out. And let your out-breaths make the sound of the ocean or the waves. Really enjoy that sensation that makes in your mouth when you feel that air whooshing through around your teeth. And one more. Yeah, start to let there be sound associated with it. Ooh, almost like the sound is riding on the wave. And in. Ooh, checking in that your jaw is released, your tongue is relaxed, letting the air come in. Ooh. One more time, letting the air in. And let it slide up your spine, all that sound. Ooh. Really nice. Say back to me, yow, yow, yow. A. Awoo. Yo, yo, yo. Meow. Fabulous. I choose freedom over fear in my heart. I choose freedom over fear in my bones. I choose freedom over fear in my home. Freedom in my song. Say to me, heart, bones, home, song. Heart, bones, home, song. Yeah, that's the order that we're going to go in. Echo back to me. I choose freedom over fear in my heart. You go. I choose freedom over fear in my heart. Next part. I choose freedom over fear in my bones. You try it. I choose freedom over fear in my bones. Third one. I choose freedom over fear in my home. You go. I choose freedom over fear in my home. And the tag ending is like this. Freedom in my song. Your turn. You go. Yeah, let's try it from the start together, starting with heart. Here we go. I choose freedom over fear in my heart, my bones. I choose freedom over fear in my bones, in my home. I choose freedom over fear in my home. Freedom in my song. Yeah. Then there's a second part that goes, freedom in my heart. So this is for those of you who like the higher parts. Freedom in my heart. And then in my bones, freedom in my bones. Let's sing that together. Freedom in my bones. Home is going to be like the first one. Freedom in my home. And we close it out. Freedom in my song. Try that with me. Freedom in my song. Yeah. And then the last part that I'm going to just teach you before we loop it up is the lowest part. And it's got this cool repeated rhythm that goes, freedom, freedom over fear, freedom, freedom over fear, freedom, freedom over... You want to try it? Freedom, freedom over fear, freedom, freedom over fear, freedom, freedom over fear. Then it goes, freedom, freedom over fear. Try it. Freedom, freedom over fear. Then two more. The first one, freedom, freedom over fear. Again, freedom, freedom over fear. Then freedom in my freedom, freedom over fear. So let's just try that. Freedom in my freedom in my freedom, freedom over fear. Yeah? Yeah, I love that sweet part. I'm going to just start looping it at this point because I think that you've got enough pieces that you'll be able to pick out the parts that you love and sing with me. We start with I Choose Freedom. I choose freedom over fear in my heart. I choose freedom over fear in my bones. I choose freedom over fear in my home. Freedom in my song. I choose freedom over fear in my heart. I choose freedom over fear in my bones. I choose freedom over fear in my home. Freedom in my song. I choose freedom over fear in my heart. How's that feel? I choose freedom over fear in my bones. I choose freedom over fear in my home. my song.
Freedom in my song.
I'm going to add that high part. Don't worry about it.
I choose freedom in my heart. I choose freedom in my bones. I choose freedom in my home. Freedom in my song. I choose freedom in my heart. I choose freedom in my bones. I choose freedom in my home. Freedom in my song. I choose freedom. Freedom over in my heart.
Freedom over fear.
I choose freedom. Freedom over in my bones.
Freedom over fear.
I choose freedom. Freedom over in my home.
Freedom over fear.
Freedom in my song.
Freedom over fear.
I choose freedom. Freedom over in my heart.
Freedom over fear.
I choose freedom. Freedom over in my bones.
Freedom over
I
fear.
choose
Freedom over
in
fear.
my home.
Freedom over fear.
Freedom in my song.
Freedom over fear.
I choose freedom. Freedom over in my heart.
Freedom over fear.
I choose freedom over in my bones.
Freedom over fear.
I choose freedom over in my home.
Freedom over fear.
Freedom in my song.
Freedom over fear.
I choose freedom over fear in my heart.
Freedom over fear.
I choose freedom over fear in my bones. I choose freedom over fear in my home. Freedom in my song.
Freedom over fear.
I choose
Freedom in my song. One more time. Freedom in my song. Yeah. I'm so glad you're singing with me. We're going to take a pause here before we sing the song again because science shows our brains remember better that way. And while we're paused, let me remind you that this song library is ad-free because real people contribute, maybe already including you. I'm so grateful. If you'd like to help too, it's easy. You can go to the Gratitude Jar page at abreathofsong.com. To celebrate starting our 5th year in July, we're planning a limited edition gift for monthly donors whom we rely on. So if you sign up for a monthly contribution, you'll be in line for that special gift. In 2023, Tembre published a songbook of 16 original songs, and this is one of them. The book is just gorgeous, and if you're drawn to her work, please consider buying a copy for yourself. You can find the link in the show notes, of course. She tells a moving story behind this song, which was created in the wilds of County Kerry, Ireland, in 2021. Let me read to you what Tembre said. I lived in the area of Sneem in Kerry when I was young. I had come from a town in Dorset, UK, with my mum and little sister to these wilds of Kerry. I felt such freedom and flow of creativity in the wilds like never before, but this was also a time in my life that I felt enormous fear. Domestic violence was present in our little family by my mother's partner, and we were isolated and vulnerable. In 2021, 34 years later, I returned to the same area with my mom, my grown-up sister, and my eldest daughter. It was lovely to be there with them all, but it was also challenging, and I hardly slept whilst there. One morning, on a wild and windy day, I found myself barefoot on the edge of the ocean, waves crashing and murmuring. Carrying this fear was a heavy burden. I found the words and called to the strong, capable, and massive ocean. I did not want to carry it anymore, and I felt so sure that the ocean was strong enough to handle my fear. I sang these words as I handed my fear over to the sea. Wow, right? Tembre and I both hope that this song brings you freedom and solace and peace as you move through the words and the melodies and whatever feelings of fear they may be echoing or resonating inside you, and this freedom to let go of it. Please feel free to sing Freedom Over Fear with me here as often as you like. If you're inspired to share it on, Tembre says the song is free to share with your circle of loved ones and your singing group. Please credit Tembre, and she wholeheartedly welcomes any recording or video that you do of the song with your group. Send it directly to Tembre. Should we sing it again now? Help our brains and bodies retain it. We'll just put it in one part at a time. Let's see.
I choose freedom over fear in my heart. I choose freedom over fear in my bones. I choose freedom over fear in my home. Freedom in my song. I choose freedom in my heart. I choose freedom in my bones. I choose freedom in my home. Freedom in my song. I choose freedom, freedom over fear in my heart. Freedom over fear. I choose freedom, freedom over fear in my bones. Freedom over fear. I choose freedom, freedom over fear in my home. Freedom over fear. Freedom in my song. Freedom over fear. I choose freedom over fear in my heart.
There we go. Thank you for joining me today for a breath of song, and thank you for taking care of yourself and listening to your voice. I believe making a better world starts with tuning into ourselves and each other, which is what we just did, so yay us! Let a friend know about the show so they can join too, and next time we'll plant another song. Until then, be well.